Let's dive into a thought experiment, one that could pretty much unravel everything we think we know about life, about society, and even our own choices.
Just imagine that for a second. We're not talking about a guess or some kind of life expectancy estimate. I mean, a fixed, unchangeable, stamped-on date. Would knowing that make us all hyper-focused and efficient? Or would it just send the whole world spiraling into total chaos?
You know, for all of human history, this has been the great unknown. We all know the book of our life has a final page, but we have no idea which page number it is. And that uncertainty, it fuels literally everything, from how we save money for a future we might not have, to when we finally get the nerve to tell someone we love them. If you take that away, you change what it means to be human.
So, the first thing that would happen, instantly, is that the entire human race would split right down the middle. You'd immediately find yourself in one of two camps.
And the difference here is just stark. If you're a sprinter and you know you're checking out at age 25, why on earth would you go to college? Why plan for a career you'll never have? Life would just become this frantic chase for immediate joy, for dopamine, for experiences right now. But on the flip side, you've got the marathoner, the person who knows they're living to 100. For them, it's a huge burden. They have to plan for an entire century. And imagine the temptation to just procrastinate, to put everything off till tomorrow, because hey, you've got thousands of.
That whole idea of a midlife crisis, that vague feeling of anxiety, that would honestly seem like a quaint luxury in this new world. Instead, you'd get something much worse: the deadline panic. The closer your final date gets, the more intense that psychological pressure would become. Life stops feeling like a journey, and it starts feeling like a literal ticking time bomb. So how does this scale up from just one person to, well, all of society? Our entire world, our economy, our systems, they're all built on managing uncertainty, on risk. And in this world, we've just eliminated it. A new and really terrible ism would pop up almost immediately: chrono-discrimination. It's the logical, but absolutely horrifying result of all this. Your job opportunities, your career path, your basic value to society, it would all be determined by that number. Imagine hearing, "Sorry, you're a great candidate, but we can't give you the promotion. You're expiring next quarter?" The domino effect would be insane. The entire insurance industry, which is based on calculating the risk of when you might die, well, it's gone. Poof. Vanished overnight. And without that safety net, what bank is going to give a 30-year mortgage to someone with only 15 years left on their clock? They're not. Your credit score becomes a life score. And just like that, a new unbreakable class system is born: the long-timers versus the short-timers. But as devastating as a global economic collapse would be, that's not even the most dangerous part. The real, true threat would be to our system of justice. Really think about it. Our laws only work because we're afraid of losing our future. Prison is a punishment because it takes away your time. But if you know for a fact you're dying tomorrow morning, what does a life sentence even mean? It's meaningless. A person could commit any crime they wanted with absolutely zero fear of any real consequences. Society would have to deal with people who have nothing to lose, making them the ultimate threat. Okay, let's bring this down from the huge societal level to the most personal one there is. How would knowing your expiration date change love, family, the very things that connect us to each other? This phrase, it's meant to be this romantic promise of a long, unknown future together. But in this world, it becomes a terrifyingly literal contract. It's no longer a promise, it's a scheduled appointment for heartbreak, a constant, looming reminder. And be honest with yourself on this one. Could you do it? Could you build a life, a home, a future with someone, all while knowing the exact moment it's all going to be ripped away? The emotional weight of that choice would just be immense. Love would turn into this grim logistical calculation. You can bet dating apps would add filters for expiration dates. Romance becomes a morbid kind of risk management. But the most traumatic part of all, parents would know the death dates of their own children. Can you even imagine raising a child, loving them with everything you have, all while knowing you're going to outlive them? The sheer terror of that knowledge, it might cause people to just stop having kids altogether. So after going through all of this, the psychological damage, the societal collapse, the personal heartbreak, we kind of land on a surprising conclusion about this supposed gift of knowledge. This old proverb just nails it. It perfectly captures why knowing our end would be so destructive. We build for a future we won't see. We invest in generations we'll never meet. We do it all because we have hope. We operate under this beautiful, necessary illusion that things will go on, and that illusion is the very engine of civilization.
So, in the end, you see that the uncertainty isn't a flaw in the system, it is the system. It's the feature, not the bug. It forces us to plan as if we have forever, but also to live as if each day truly matters. It makes room for hope, for surprises, for adventure. The moment you know the date, life stops being an adventure and just becomes a checklist you have to finish before the timer goes off. Which leaves us with one final question, and this one's for you to really think about. After everything we've talked about, if that button was sitting right in front of you, offering to tell you the ultimate secret, would you have the courage to press it or the wisdom to just walk away?